what evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Once again, your neighborhood blue coal dealer brings you the thrilling adventures of the Shadow, the hard and relentless fight of one man against the forces of evil. These dramatizations are designed to demonstrate forcefully to old and young alike that crime does not pay.
I hope everyone had a good holiday. We're back in the basement, and we're going to start working on the radio trim now. If you recall in the last segment, what we did is we removed and then replaced some of the veneer up here on the left-hand corner of the radio. What we're going to start working on next is sanding down the trim in preparation for repainting. So the trim I'm talking about is this trim right along here. Now this has been done originally in some kind of semi-gloss brown paint, which in a way kind of makes this a little bit easier because when you're painting it's a little more forgiving than when you're staining. Now what I've done on this side is I've stripped the veneer off like I did on the other side, but I've decided to wait in applying the new veneer until I've got the sanding done. Now when I'm doing this kind of sanding, I tend to have a bit of a shaky hand, so what I like to do is I'll mask around the edges like this, even when I'm sanding. Reason being that if the sander did get away from me for a second, I'll minimize the damage to the finish that I really don't want to sand down. Alright, so I'm going to use the hand sander to start to get down some of the flatter, more even areas. I'm using a 60 grain sandpaper to start with. It does a good job at taking it down, but please remember that with all power tools, of course, if it does get away from you, you're liable to leave yourself some grooves in here that you're not going to want. So a little bit of practice on maybe some spare pieces of wood around the house before you get going, so you can learn which way your sander kicks and just how much a 60 grain sandpaper is going to take off would probably be helpful. The Dremel tool is going to work well for this, but it really pays to be patient and plan out exactly what you're going to try to take down before you start. And this thing's Dremel tools spin high speed, low torque, meaning that they'll take down an awful lot of material if it gets away from you. So definitely pays to practice a little with the Dremel tool before you start sanding something good. Well, I've used a gradually finer and finer sandpaper, and it's actually come out really nice. I'm happy with it. That's certainly ready for a nice new coat of paint. This I'm going to be able to fix up with some wood filler to make sure it's going to look nice and smooth once the new paint is on. Okay, Duncan, sand that down. That's the little spot we used wood filler on last night. Can I have a look? Yeah, it turned out pretty good. Pretty good, eh?
Yeah. Yep.
Patched it up nice. Give it a blow, a nice clean blow. Thank you. All right. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, what you got on your face there, Duncan?
My goggles.
Your goggles? What about you, Connor?
Goggles.
You guys got some safety goggles for the shop, eh?
Yep.
That's a good idea. How's it going with the radio?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, well, as you can see, we've done the veneer on both sides now. And that worked out pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Duncan, how's the veneer feel? How's it feel?
Good.
Is it smooth?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And just a little bumpy.
Just a little bumpy's okay, because that's actual wood.
Wood.
All right.
Yeah.
We've also
It's
sanded the
not
trim.
those.
We've also sanded.
It's a fake.
Well, we're gonna fix those later, okay? We also sanded down the trim. Took the old paint off
On both sides.
on both sides.
We fixed it way here.
Yeah. Oh, what spot's that, Connor? Right there. Now we fixed that spot with a little bit of wood filler,
Yep.
and we can paint straight over it.
Yep.
Overall, I'd say we're making pretty good progress, wouldn't you?
I did way gone.
Yeah, the little window's gone, but we'll put that back in later, won't we?
I did way gone.
Yeah, it's gone. We'll put that in later. Okay, so we did pick out some paint for the trim, and after a long search, what did we end up with, Connor?
Paint.
Yeah, we ended up with this Rust-Oleum interior, exterior paint, and the color, I believe, is espresso. And I tested it on a little bit of the brown trim, and it's nearly a perfect match. Plus, it's latex, so it's going to clean up easily and won't stink things up really bad. Okay, Duncan, we'll do some painting. Let's see how this brown's going to look. Okay, get a little on there. Well, pretty nice, eh?
Yeah, pretty good. You're the one.
This is actually a... Whoop, hold on, Duncan. I got a hair from my camel hair brush. Okay, you just paint on the big surface there, and I'll paint on the edges. Okay.
I'll paint right here.
Yeah. Oh, you paint up here. You paint right there. Okay.
I think you need more paint, Duncan. Pull on me.
I won't put it on you. Don't worry.
Yes, I'll put it right
It will
there.
go right off the edge there. Like
Okay, I'll
that.
go there back.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Now I do expect we're going to need 2 coats. So we're going to do 1 coat,
And
let
then
it
the other.
dry,
And then when it's dry,
and then when
the
it's
other
dry we'll
coat.
put another coat on top to make it nice and even.
Da-da-da. No.
Okay?
Da-dee. Da-da-da.
No, you can't touch that because it's wet.
You ready?
It's wet paint. You'll get paint on your finger. Oh, see, I just went over a little bit there. That's
Yeah.
why I put tape down. And there we are. Not a bad first coat, hey?
Yep.
Yeah,
Not
it's
bad.
looking pretty good.
I think I'll get my goggles on to see it properly.
I will move over to the other side. For painting this trim, I decided on an off-the-shelf paint, which in this case is the Rust-Oleum Indoor-Outdoor. It's still good for wood. I chose the satin finish as opposed to a flat or a semi-gloss finish because the semi-gloss is just a little too shiny for my liking. Some people like it. I really don't. And I didn't choose a flat because the flat ends up being kind of hard to take care of. If you have something you need to wipe off of a flat paint, sometimes it's not as easy as if it has a little bit of a shine to it. So the satin is between a flat and a semi-gloss, which is really what I was looking for in this case. Just applied a second coat of the satin brown latex, and as you can see, I think it's really starting to look good now. Same on this side. We're going to let that dry. I didn't worry too much about a little bit spilling over or running onto the veneer on the edge because I'm actually going to sand that down just before I stain it anyway. So things are really starting to come together.
The shadow will demonstrate that
The weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.